What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video. My name is D-Free, and in this video, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the shop. It's live, guys. I mean, for everybody that wants to spend dinero, man, it's live. So we're gonna talk about it. Hope you guys enjoy, of course. If you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we're gonna go ahead and break it down. But first thing I want to say is, if you are somebody that's just free to play, this doesn't really apply to you. If you're somebody that's free to play because of the fact that, you don't have a choice, maybe you're underage, no job, whatever, fair, right? If you're somebody that has a choice and chooses to be free to play, maybe in the future, you might consider buying a sale here and there. You're that type of player, more power to you. But really what I want to avoid is anybody being judgmental, because it's like, bro, if people, like myself, if people work for their money, man, I mean, who are you to talk about their money? If they want to spend money on a hobby, more power to them. You're free in opinion, but I just don't want anybody attacking anybody, right? That's all I care about in the comments. I always try to stay away from a lot of topics like this, because sometimes it's like, oh, well, why the f would you even consider it, right? And people are really snobby sometimes, so let's just all try to get along, and let's try to make this a positive interaction. That's all I wanted to say. So anyways, jumping in, like I said, the sale, there's a sale, but the stones are available now for purchase. This wasn't a thing. The game is still in soft release. It's not officially out everywhere yet, but this makes me think it's coming out sooner than later, which, I mean, would make sense anyway. It recently got rolled out in Canada as well, so and counting that I know of, that's 3 regions, Austria, Netherlands, and Canada, that it is available in. Now, if you were one of the people that found like an APK or something like that online, because there are them, you just have to do some digging, you won't see access to the shop. You won't have access to it. But if you just use the VPN method, because that's an unmodified app, you would have access to it. So anyways, here's what they say here. Limited first-time deal on each purchase of Chrono Crystals. So they do have a special sale going on right now. So we're going to go ahead and check out that in just a moment. Ultra Space Time Summon, first step event now in progress. Acquire Warriors' Z-Power with summons. Create the ultimate party using your own favorite warriors. So they have a special starter deal. So this one's pretty cool, actually. 1,100 crystals, and you get 600 Z-Power for the Sparking Goku. Now, the Goku is, I want to say, kind of overrated by the community right now, just because the game's so new. He's Goku. He's great, right? But he's a little bit overrated. I'm just going to put that out there. I think that there are other Sparking characters in the game that are more useful than him right now. But nonetheless, I personally don't have the Goku. I did on my initial account. I kind of re-rolled and picked up Pikkon because I really wanted Pikkon. And since then, I pulled Pikkon like 3 times, bro. But I don't have the Goku, so I'm definitely going to be picking this up for that Goku and the 600 Z-Power. If you are somebody that has him, you can also get potentially Limit Break on your character by getting the additional Z-Power as well. As a reward for level 20, gain a Limit Break and reach 3 stars by obtaining 100 Z-Power for Super Saiyan Goku as well. Your Z ability, which strengthens your entire party, will also increase. Gain an advantage over your rivals worldwide with this one-time only starter pack. Note, the Super Saiyan card number included in the starter pack is DBL0104S, whatever. And then they go over all his skills, and then below that there's a daily deal, once per day, 72 Chrono Crystals, which is probably the MVP of everything available here, and I'm going to talk about that momentarily. Buy 72 Chrono Crystals for the price of just 24 crystals. A special item that allows you to purchase 48 Chrono Crystals daily is also on sale. You can repurchase the item once the date has changed. Thank you for supporting Dragon Ball Legends. Let's go ahead and check out the shop. So that last part, like I said, it's over here. So this one's showing an additional 48. It kind of makes it seem like there's some sort of item that you use to get the extra 48. I don't know what the reason behind their terminology was, but it's applied here. So naturally, you get the 48 additional amounting to 72. Because it doesn't look like you're getting any more than 72, because it flat out says 72, and then the sale said 72, so this is just kind of weird. But yes, if you purchase this, you should get 72. Now, what really threw me off about this is it kind of was acting like naturally you're not supposed to get that extra 48. So whatever 72 minus 48 is what you should naturally get daily. I think it's at 24 or something like that. I'm not good at that math. Just going to put that out there. I think it was 24. It was saying that that's what you should get daily, but I think that this will always be here. But just, I'm pointing this out because I don't want you to quote me on this. If this randomly changes to being 24, okay, that it is what it is. But naturally, right, if you pick up this every day for $1, right, $1 a day, 72 Chrono Crystals gets you about 2,100 assuming there's a 30-day month, which I think that's the average, that gets you about 2,100. So for $30, you're able to get 2 multi-summons. Now, the cool thing about that is it's a daily thing, just $1. It's kind of like a $1 subscription daily. You would have to pick it up every day for the most part, give or take a couple of days to be able to get the 2 multi-summons, but that's pretty cool, right? That's not a bad value for me. I think that's a good idea, especially in relation to this. So here's the deal. We come over here. They're heavily discounted right now, basically 50% off across the board. So the smaller package, the smaller one technically is right here, $150 for $4. That's not a bad deal either. Right now it's $2. So technically for $3, you can get just over 200 crystals, which is, again, not a bad deal. Just picking up these 2, that's not a bad deal. 300 crystals for just about $4 or whatever that is, $3. Not a bad deal. But over here, right? $4 right now, 320 naturally. And again, these are all only first time only. So once you buy it one time, the sale goes to the normal price. So anyways, $4 changing to $8. I'm going to try to focus more on the permanent pricing as opposed to the sale pricing, because right now, as it stands, the sale pricings are not that bad. It's cool. 50% off is like kind of what I think these games should charge anyway. You know, $12 for a multi-summon, that's perfect. Like, I think that's a perfect pricing. But I understand why they overcharge, basically, because, spoiler alert, this game basically costs, give or take, about the same as any other game. Give or take maybe like a couple of bucks. You know, I was kind of doing the math and looking at Dokkan a little bit. They basically have the same prices per stone. It's really close. So kind of avoiding that one, because unless, like I said, you're a Supreme Minnow, you're not really going to pay much attention to the smaller ones, the 300 and the 100. But this one right here is a full multi-summon, just 100 extra crystals as well, so it gives you a little bit more wiggle room for $25. Now, that would be equivalent to what? 55 stones on Dokkan, something like that. So let's do a little bit of quick math. In my region, which would, mathematically be the same as this game as well, Dokkan has 32 stones for $17, okay? You would have to, from there, get basically another 23 stones or so. So that would be $3 extra for the single dragon stones, assuming there's no sale or whatever going on. That basically bumps you up to $20, and you still need 20 more stones from there. So then the 12 stone pack is about $7. The 6 stone pack is about $4. So you see where I'm saying, like, give or take, they're basically about the same, just a couple of bucks or so. So naturally, in relation to other games, I'd say that's a good price. Otherwise, maybe only buy during sales. And then moving on to the bigger one, this is where it actually gets a little bit cooler. If you're somebody that's more interested in getting the bigger bulk packages, this is where it gets a little bit more cool, because you're getting 2,000, which is enough flat for 2 multi-summons. Again, assuming that there's no sort of discount on the summons or whatever, for $41. Now, again, comparing it to Dokkan, 91 stones, no sale, is $45. 91. You have to pick up another 9 stones. And that's, what, $6? So you're basically paying about $50, $51 versus a flat 10 less for 2 multi-summons between the 2 games. Now, what really sets this game apart is the Z-Power. Now, Z-Power is very, very, very important in this game, and it will be, especially because this game is heavily PvP focused. It is going to be very important, especially when it comes down to the game being about, X number of months old to a year or a couple of years old. It's going to be very, very important. Now, there will be events and stuff to farm Z-Power, but that isn't exactly relevant to my point, because we don't know what characters that would apply to, etc., etc. But you just need an insane amount of Z-Power to get these characters towards their end of their limit break cycles, from 4 stars plus up to 7. It'll cost an insane amount of Z-Power. So I think that's why this seems to be just a bit cheaper, because you have to do more pulls. It just naturally, you're going to have to do more pulls in a game like this to truly, truly excel, just because they're using that Z-Power / shard system in this game. Like, for example, Dokkan gets a lot of flack, but you don't necessarily need dupes in your characters unless you want them, right? Sure, crits are nice on an AGL unit or whatever, but you don't necessarily need them. You can beat the game and everything in it without that. So I think in this game, you have to do more pulls, and then that's where this game might or might not be as free-to-play friendly as it's giving the illusion of being right now. So just keep that in mind. But to recap, I do think that it's good in relation to other games. I think that the sales are perfect. You know, these are perfect prices. 2 multis for $21, sure. Like, I don't think many people would scoff at that. But as opposed to that $41, because the issue with this is as you get further into these prices, it starts to kind of give you a weird vibe. You know, if you're somebody that's, once again, not flushing cash or whatever, or even if you are and you're just kind of like money management, right? You're like, well, what's the point in this when I can convert that money into something more meaningful or like another game, like an actual game, right? $40 can be a game. It's not brand new game because they typically cost about $60, $50, $60, but it can be a game. So you got to be wise for that type of thing. So I 100% understand. So hopefully it just kind of depends on how often we get these in game and stuff, and how often we have sales and stuff, if we're going to compare it to other games. But that's it. Anyways, hope I was able to help you guys out in, you know, talking about this and give you guys any sort of information. As you see, there are no Assistabots available, so I can't tell you a damn thing about that right now. But it's something. It's something. So I don't know. But have an awesome day. Thank you guys. I'll catch you all on the next one.